Good evening once again. Okay. Shri Rajneesh Kumar, Chairman, Board of Governors of MDI, Professor Arvind Sahai, Director, MDI Gurgaon, members of the board, deans, distinguished faculty members, staff, invited guests, proud parents, and most importantly, graduating students of MDI Gurgaon. What a feeling to get, what a feeling to have. And when we gave medals to those young boys and girls, what a thrill they must have had. And one Kaushal had 4 medals dangling. I was asking whether his neck is paining, and he was quite happy with it. It is with immense pleasure and honor that I stand before you today to address this gathering on the occasion of the annual convocation ceremony of MDI Gurgaon. It fills my heart with pride to witness the culmination of this huge learning course that all of you have had. Some of you 2 years, some of you maybe research 3 or 4 years, some of you maybe 1 year. Whatever it is, in my view, gaining adulthood. You're moving away from the safety and insurance of your parental net into the real world, where now you got to learn to swim and live on your own. It's a tough feeling. At the same time, it's an exhilarating and terrific feeling. People like me went through it long time back, and we have survived somehow. And for you all to get into this lovely, beautiful world which is beyond MDI Gurgaon, and to see how to survive in that. And of course, your parents and well-wishers will be there behind. But at the end of the day, it's a thrilling world in which you got to climb the rope and come out to top whichever field you choose to be in. As you stand in this new journey and getting into this real world, where you leave the textbooks, the patronizing nice feelings of your professors, the strict directions of your directors, friends, all those lovely table tennis rooms and badminton courts and tennis courts, running behind girls and boys, all that will get forgotten now, because in the real world you don't have time to do any running behind. You got to earn money. And unless you earn that, you can't have your breakfast, lunch, and dinner. So it's a totally different world. And you are entering that, and I wish all of you the very best in this fantastic journey ahead. One of the most important things of education is the lifelong DNA which is present in you. Some of the courses which I learned in college or during my management days is what keeps me still grounded and gets me the principles when I still talk to my senior colleagues or to clients or to people who are much better than me in the world who achieve greater things. The fundamentals never go away. I hope the 2 years or 1 year that you spent in this lovely institute, and prior to that, the basics that you did in whichever college you passed out from, has all been imbibed in you by some manner or the other, because these principles never go away. Fundamentals stay fundamentals throughout the life. They don't change. Many things around the fundamentals change, but fundamental principles never change. These are tests of character of a human being. And I hope all of you have got that inside your head as you went along this lovely journey of institute. Even after joining wherever you're joining, the first 2 years are extremely important, because that's when you learn certain essence of the job, certain ways to go about your job, certain meaningful things that you imbibe within you to see how you can get the job done. And the 2 years, in my view, and I keep telling all the people who join Larsen & Toubro, please spend 20 years in the office, in the sites, in the projects. Learn the basics of what you need to do. If you don't learn that in the first 2 years, it will never come to you in the rest of your 30, 40 years that you want to spend in your job. It's very important to learn the details of everything that you want to do. You've got to find some mentor in the company, wherever you're joining institute, and see that the mentor spends an hour a week or 2 hours a week to help you learn some of the essentials, practicalities of how companies function, whether it's finance, whether it's HR, whether it's marketing, whether it's production, whether it is whatever, IT, whatever. But if you don't get the fundamentals inside you, you cannot survive the future, because somebody will overtake. Every day, there are brighter people coming into the world, there are smarter people coming into the world, the brighter organizations coming into the world, smarter organizations coming into the world, the more proactive and more aggressive companies coming into the world. And if you're not smart enough, you will get blown away. And this is very, very important as you go forward. So the power of learning is a lifelong experience. Don't think it Gurgaon ho gaya, abhi hum master ban gaya. Nahi. You just entered the world. And LKG starts now. And there's a long way to go again. I'm still in 10th standard. I had to finish my 12th in engineering and MBA, a long way to go. Though I'm at the other end of life, from my point of view, having got my last promotion in Lasara Tupra, which is the chairman. In companies, opportunities come. And opportunities come very rarely because many companies are well settled doing many, many things. And when the opportunity comes, grab it. I'm telling it to you with my own experience. I was doing well in projects. I was in planning, costing. I was in the sites for some time. And they put me into proposals. And one day, one of my bosses, one of my earliest mentors, rang me up from Munich and said, hey, SNS decided to move you out to Bangalore. There's a new airport coming up. It's India's first private airport. You get hold of it. I was lost. What is this about? But then next day morning, I was told take the train and go to Bangalore and spend next 3-4 years of my life there doing that project. It was frustrating. To do things in our country is not easy. For every good thing you do, there are 5 people pulling you back on something else. When there's one government in the center, there's another government in the state, so many bureaucrats, everything is just not easy. But that opportunity got us one of the largest contracts ever in Lasara. And I had to sweat it out. And people would joke, hey, tera Hawai Jagah's land ho gaya kya? Take off ho gaya kya? Wo hota hi nahi tha, wo airport. And I was just all of 30s. And to go through that subjugated issues was not easy. But then these are the kind of opportunities that you take and then do it. Long time back again, most of you must in Hyderabad at least must have heard of this high-tech city. High-tech is Hyderabad Information Technology Engineering City. It's not HITECH, it's HITEC. I named it like that. But now they massacred the name, that's a different matter. Again, my boss phoned me up and said, we have a good relationship with the government there, and you go put up India's largest IT park. So that gold building which you see was done by me long time back. And when I went to that place in Cyberabad, it's called Cyberabad, it was full of snakes and rocks. And in Hyderabad city, the real estate would go at 650 rupees per square foot. And my people, after doing all the costing, including by me, came to 2,200 rupees per square foot. And who the hell on earth would buy 650 rupees per square foot at 2,200 rupees per square foot? But we went and did it. And we made a big success out of it. We invested 18 crores and made 750 crores of IRR returns. And we did the EPC and made money on it too. So these are opportunities that come in life. And sometimes the opportunities are going to be unbelievably tough, excruciating, makes you sweat, you'll cry. And sometimes I used to sit in a park in my morning jog and cry. Life mein kya ho raha hai? Ho hi nahi raha life. Ad gaya. But when you overcome it, the joy of what happens to you after that is immeasurable, is just not recognizable. So these are things that you have to see how to catch on. Please cherish the value of collaboration and teamwork. We forget that. The moment we pass out, life is a rat race. All of us want to shine. All of us want to do better than the other guy. Of course, you have to do smarter than the other guy, be better than the other guy. But at the same time, ultimate success is having a great team with you, is having surrounded by fantastic people around you, by having people who are more intelligent than you than working for you. To be part of a gang of people who are more intelligent than you, more superior than you. And that success rubs off on you and you also get successful. Keep this as a very, very important lesson in life, that surround yourself with great people, intelligent people, smarter people, and don't get afraid of them. So if you want to be smarter than that guy next day or that lady next day, prepare yourself and come back the next day with more vigor and agar to beat him at the job. And that means preparation. That means a lot of hard work, and don't shy away from it. Another important part of life is failure. Learn to accept failures. My earliest bosses used to tell me, and we used to be afraid of failure because each year's increment depended on that. We used to get 25 rupees, 50 rupees in increment, and that was very important in our younger days. Nowadays, people start with 30 lakhs and 60 lakhs, but we used to get 25 rupees and 50 rupees as increment. And that was very important because wife, children, father, mother, we all stayed together. And failure was something terrible to understand. But the bosses used to tell me, please fail. And if you have failed, I can tell you in L&T, you got your promotion faster. But fail too often, somebody will knock you on the head, of course. But learn from failures. It's an important aspect to fail. And don't get worried about failures. You will fail sometimes. You cannot always be successful in everything you do. It doesn't happen in life. Life has got this great ability to take you to the top, to bring you down and levelize you. But as long as the average is slightly better, I think you will be successful in life. Don't fail too often. That means there's something wrong with you. You can't be successful ever. That means you are an extraordinary person than like that young man who got 4 gold medals. So 1 gold medal, 2 gold medal, okay, 4 gold medals, astoundingly fantastic. And I hope he does extremely well in life. But that is kudos to him. In everything that you do, look at the larger purpose. Don't get lost into the smaller purpose of things. Look at the larger purpose. If you're given a building to build, don't look at the excavation. Have the picture of the building in front of you. If you're given an assignment in an organization to do operational efficiency, understand the organization per se. Don't get lost into igloos. Look at the bigger picture. Look at the larger picture. And then get into the smaller details. You'll tend to be more successful than otherwise not. And that's a great feeling to have. There are some drastic changes occurring in the world, which I thought I'll mention a little bit to all of you. There is this huge change on energy which is happening. I don't know how many of you are aware of that. The world is getting hot. You can see the temperatures. And therefore, there's a less reluctance to use fossil fuels. And generally, companies and organizations and countries are driving towards EVs, towards hydrogen, towards biofuels, towards nuclear, hydel, and such other fuels. Solar, wind, and such other fuels. Wherever any of you is interested, please get into these new lines of thoughts and businesses, because that is where the future lies. It's very important to notice that this change is occurring. It is occurring more faster than what many people understand and can clearly lay about. So just for example, Larsen & Toubro today is building some of the world's 4 largest solar plants in Saudi Arabia. One of them is 2.8 gigawatts. That means 12,000 acres. 1 acre is about 4 megawatt. You can say that. That means 12,000 acres of a desert is getting covered by glass. And like that, 4 or 5 plants we are doing. That country which is, you dig the earth, you get gas or oil, is putting so much of solar because there's so much of land available. Even in India, that many of you may not know, we have nearly now 65 or 70 gigawatts of solar quietly come up in the desert states of Rajasthan, Gujarat, Karnataka, and other places, including in Tamil Nadu. So there's a rapid change that is occurring, and wherever you feel you have the aptitude for it or the energy for it, please look into this aspect very seriously. The second change that is occurring is the sustainability matters. It is not only ESG, environmental, social, and gender diversity, but in many other aspects of life. In my days, when I passed out in Mente Engineering College of Management, there used to be 3 or 4 girls. Now the hall is 30-40% filled with ladies, which is a fantastic thing. There's Nari Shakti at its best, and this will continue to happen. And as more ladies, because parents are now, both mother and father are working, they're affluent, and many ladies want to emulate them, more young ladies will come into the workforce. And there's competition from men, of course, but then you've got to take it in the right stride and see how you can beat the better brain, because I thought I gave more medals to ladies today than to boys. And this trend and this tendency will continue. Companies will continue to recruit more brighter ladies. We'll have more lady CEOs and bosses. And you've got to learn to understand that that's one of the ways the world is changing, and you've got to be at it. The third important change that is occurring is this huge geopolitical situational change, which is very worrying. At the moment, not many of us realize there are 4 terrible wars going on around the world. A lot of people are getting killed for nothing. And because of these wars, and some of it is not necessitated, there is sanctions being put. So supply chain is affected. Logistics is affected. And many nations are becoming internalized. We call it Atmanirbhar, they call it Make America Great Again. they call it Omanization, they call it Saudiization. And this is going to affect everything terrifically. And it's a huge opportunity for all of you, because this gives you ample opportunity to do many things within India today, because import will be frowned upon. Import will not be agreed to. Therefore, we'll have to make more and more things within the country. These are all fantastic opportunities for all of you. And as I see it from where I sit, when you look at L&T, in a way represents where India is going, where India's infrastructure is going, where India's engineering is going. I think there's tremendous opportunity for all of you, mind-boggling opportunities. You kids have just to grab it and climb up the rope, and that's all that is there in front of you. And there are just tremendous opportunities next 10, 15 years. The economy will grow at 8.59, 10%. And so many aspects of life is open for you. Working in big companies, working in MSMEs, starting your own startups. Unbelievable. The e-com revolution. The last but not the least, I want to tell you is the digital transformation that is taking place. It's a fantastic transformation that is taking place. The UPI payment, the Bharat Net program, the direct benefit transfers, the companies looking at AI and ChatGPT and co-pilots. These are unbelievable opportunities, and people like me are outdated even to understand it. And the young kids in our company and otherwise in our IT and technology services company would not only do work for us, but also provide these services across the world. And there are brilliant solutions and ideas emerging from all this. So I leave all of you with this positive view that though you're passing out and there's some kind of stomach and worry that now you've got to live in the world and make your own living, my feeling is the opportunities are huge. The effort is required, of course, but unbelievably so. You all have a terrific and bright future. I thank my good well-wisher, Mr. Rajneesh, for having enticed me to come here today evening to address all of you. He's had a fantastic career in State Bank and led one of India's largest banks, as all of you know. And it was nice of him to call me. And Dr. Sahai for also having called me out here and to be able to address all of you in this lovely gathering. And I had the chance to meet some of your professors and senior directors and board of governors. We have a fantastic set of people, high pedigree, to guide all of you. And when Dr. Sahai was reading the notes on what and all the institute has done, unbelievable amount of investment and effort is going on to not only to those who are passed out, to give you a great feeling of the institute, but to the new kids who are coming in, a terrific sense of feeling as where this Management Development Institute has gone. If at all I have a regret, it is that none of you are joining Larsen & Toubro. Maybe I sometimes feel that Larsen & Toubro mein kaam karna padta hai. In some of the other companies, you're going, you can play the piano. I hope you understood what I said. In many of the other companies that you're going, you'll sit in front of the computer. In Larsen & Toubro, kuch kheti-bari karna padta hai because you have to pour concrete. But, it's a great feeling to do real work. And any of you are still interested, you're most welcome through your director to call me up for that. But having said this, and having had the chance to speak to all of you, so it's a beautiful campus, it's a lovely institute, and as your director and Mr. Rajneesh was saying, please remain in touch with your alma mater. Please, once in a while, visit the institute, form an alumni association, and keep WhatsApping each other. And as you go along, don't forget that your original Karma Bhumi is what brought you up, and don't ever forget that. Good luck to all of you, and the very best to all of you, your families, all your loved, near, dear ones. More important, I think day after tomorrow is Holi. Happy Holi to all of you, your families, and all your loved and dear ones, and good luck for a very bright and lovely future. Thank you.